never done.
Welcome
Oh,
back to another episode of Late Entry, hosted as always by RBF Kyle.
is this our new thing now? You just start it when I'm not looking.
Hey,
Is this becoming a thing?
what you mean, dog? You're not gonna
How's that? No, it's all good.
you're not gonna say
Hey,
hi to the podcast?
hola, everybody. How we doing?
And your boy Double Dose. We've had a nice little time off, little holiday break. We're talking about it feels like coming back to school in January after a Christmas break, like when you were a kid. How was your Christmas?
It was good. It was good. Uneventful. No big fights. Everybody got along, so that was good.
Is
Did
that
some music bingo with the family yesterday. It was fun.
like a thing that regularly happens? Like we have to avoid fights?
No. I mean, it's not interesting for podcasting that nothing fun like that happened. It was just normal. Um, no, we get along pretty good as a family. But yeah, it was good. Got this dope hoodie for my brother. Shout out Kevin.
Shout out Kevin.
Yeah, it was good Christmas. How about you, man?
What's your dad's name?
Kurt. And my
Hmm.
uncle's name is Keith.
So in your house, you have Kurt, Kevin, and Kyle,
and then Diane.
and there's three
She
of you.
threw it off. Yeah. And they all three of them all have the same middle name too, except for me.
No, I'm saying that there's three of you in the one house, and you all
Mm-hmm.
have K first names.
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to say?
Anyways, we've got some stuff to talk about tonight. We've got some football going on, and been some eventful games. I feel like not most of the season, many times in the season, we come out and been like, well, this week sucked. We have nothing to talk about football wise, but not this week. We got plenty to talk about. What you want to get into first? You want to do tonight's game? You want to do Niners versus Bears?
We could start with Falcons, Rams, and then we'll go Niners, Bears if you want to.
Dive in.
Me? All right. So tonight was just really entertaining, all in all. At the start, I really thought that Atlanta was just going to run away with it. They couldn't get any offense going. I know, wait on Matt Stafford, and he'll show you something. He'll get some points up there, and it was almost enough. The miracles were. It was one slip of the hand by Puka. Not even a slip, but his arm was basically ripped off that football in the end there. In my opinion, if he makes that catch at the end of the game, that's catch of the year without a doubt. That I know he already has a candidacy with that one catch he made against the Seahawks where he reached in between the hands of the Seahawk defender and grabbed it. But I mean that guy is electric. It is crazy to me how many teams I feel like I was gonna make a list and I completely forgot while we were doing other stuff in the pre-show, but it's so crazy how many upsets against good teams there are this year. It's the Rams have basically won every game that they need to, that they is like a toss up, and then there's games where you think they're going to run away with it, like tonight in Carolina, that they just slip. It's crazy. It's very fun for the standings, especially when my dog's no longer in the fight. I can just kind of watch the craziness ensue over the next week and see what happens here. But Falcons end up closing the deal on the back of Bijon Robinson, and they get it done. It was 27-24 was the final. Just one last field goal. And the announcers were ripping Raheem Morris apart for slowing it down, making sure they didn't lose the football, and just stuffing it up the middle with Algier. But, I mean, 21 seconds is hard for anybody to score a field goal on. If your defense has been playing a pretty good game out there, I say run the clock down as much as you can. Get what's your most guaranteed 3 points right now. Don't turn the ball over. And then worst case scenario, it goes to overtime. But yeah, I think he coached that game well. I know Toph's probably rolling over in his sleep right now because he heard me say that, and he probably wants to. He probably has his own opinions on his game management, but I thought he coached a good game. They really just trusted Bijan the whole time, and their defense obviously getting that score. But yeah, also shout out to Jared Verse. I mean, that dude is a beast. He for the Rams running that block field goal back by himself. That was really cool. Yeah, just a very entertaining game. I had a lot of fun watching it. Didn't really have anybody I was rooting for. I guess it's cool to see the underdog win. Now the Rams, basically have guaranteed themselves no home playoff games.
Wait,
by that loss though.
So in a game with the Falcons and the Rams, you're not rooting for Matt Stafford?
No, I mean I don't know. I guess I got a little bit more like I want to see him succeed still, but like I don't know. I like him. He was on my fantasy team. Like he's a good quarterback, and I think he should win MVP. But yeah, I don't know. I guess not that I'm not rooting for them, but I'm not like, oh no, the Rams lost.
It's so interesting to me because like I know that you and I are very fundamentally different as it comes to like teams versus players.
Yeah.
I know that you're like a big like cloth guy. Like whoever's in the Lions uniform, like that's who you're rocking with. And that's your guy, and you'll die for that motherfucker until he takes it off. And then apparently once he takes it off, it's over. I'm much more
Nope, that's not true. It's not over, but like in this scenario, like yeah, I mean, he got his Super Bowl win. I'm happy for him. I'm not saying I don't want them to go get another one, but I'm not heartbroken that the Rams lost.
I mean, I feel like for me, and I guess this is probably best demonstrated by the fact that I am a LeBron fan. I feel like I'm very much a player guy in both sports. Basketball, I know it's a little bit easier to be a player's person than like in football, but for me, I've got like the hierarchy, right? So I've got the Lions at number 1. I have the Packers at number 2. I have wherever Aaron Rodgers is at number 3, and at number 4, I have wherever Matt Stafford is. Like, and that's only because Stafford under Rodgers, because like I said, Rodgers has been my favorite athlete, favorite football player, like since growing up. But like I have so much love for Matt Stafford. That man's the hero. He was the hero for us for so many years. He couldn't get it done, and I was happy when he won. And like you said, now that our dog is out of the fight, and my other dog, I have no faith is going to do anything in the playoffs. We'll get to that in a little bit, but I feel like, you know what I mean? All I have left right now is really the Aaron Rodgers with the Steelers. I've got Stafford over here. And then after that, it's like, okay, I think it would be cool to be in Chicago if they won a Super Bowl. Like, that'd be lit. Also, the story of Sam Darnold winning a Super Bowl would also be dope. Plus, I called them as the going to an NFC game weeks ago. But really, you know what I mean? Like, for me, I'm all aboard in the NFC, the Matt Stafford train. Like, that's where all of my hope is at currently.
That's fair.
So I guess I'm surprised as another like fellow like Lions fan, like for you to be like, yeah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. The Falcons can go beat them. I'm like, what?
I mean, yeah, it's not like I don't know. I guess I'm like a couple days removed of our dog no longer being in the fight. Ask me in 2 weeks how much more I'm rooting for Matt Stafford, but like right now, I'm just still bitter that we aren't there, and he is, and Ben Johnson is, and I know that'll fade with time, but yeah, it sucks, man.
We're out here treating the Lions like fucking Voldemort. Like we just keep saying our dog. Like we're not gonna say their name.
The team that shall not be named in the Honolulu Blue.
Yeah, man. I have, I guess, a few different points. I'm trying to figure out which way I want to go. I'll start with where you were at. The Lions. The Rams have been one of the most puzzling teams this entire season, because I think most people regard them as the best team left in. I think most people think that they're the best team in football, period. Like, maybe not by much, but you've got arguably the MVP candidate. Way stronger case before this week. Drake May threw 5 touchdowns, granted against a terrible, reeling Jets team. And Stafford just lost tonight through, I think, 2 picks. But that aside, you've got, I think, what most people consider the best team with arguably the best remaining quarterback left in. Arguably. And they keep getting weird situations with losing to teams that you'd have never thought. Like you mentioned, the Panthers took them out, and now the Falcons. It's like, you're not losing to like the Bills or the Eagles or the Seahawks. Like, no one's going to be upset about this. Like, you just battled it out with the Seahawks. What, last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, they did end up losing on that 2 point. Yeah.
Right, but a super close game with the other one of the biggest dogs in the NFC. And then you come out here today and start off 0-21 against the Falcons is crazy. Now, what else is crazy is since the Falcons have been eliminated from the playoffs, they are 3-0. Best team when it doesn't
insane.
count.
Hey, Kirk Cousins doing his thing, bro.
Honestly, I don't even feel like, and I know Toph said the same thing when we were texting about it, because he said that he thinks that Minnesota should go and try to get Kirk back. I don't think that this really had any, to me, any reflection on Kirk Cousins and his game. Kirk did like a good job of not screwing it up. Like you're like a train conductor. The train is on the tracks. All you got to do is just sit in the conductor's seat and just not let it go off the tracks. That was Kirk tonight. Bijon Robinson, I'm not breaking any news to anybody here. Bijon Robinson is amazing. Like, I think they said that he accounted for like 70% of all of their yardage tonight. It's nuts. Every play is just Bijon run, Bijon catch. Go do something. And he had over 200 all-purpose yards. Absolutely insane.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Stafford, man, I don't know what was going on with him tonight. But at no point during the game did I actually think that they were going to be out of it. Like the entire way, I was like, yeah, the Rams are going to probably come back from this. The Falcons, they always find a way to blow it. And they tried to. It was really like the Falcons being like, hey, we kind of don't know if we want to win this. And then the Rams, someone would make some kind of miraculous effort that then the offense couldn't capitalize on. Jared Verse, like you said, sensational. To quote that old Rick Ross tweet, picking up that fumble of Fat Nigga Dream. That was incredible. He jumped up, blocked that boy. It bounced off the ground. He picked it up and ran it back. And you a lineman and didn't get hawked down. Insane. And that right there, I was like, oh, it's over. It's a one-possession game. Because that was a crazy swing. It should have been a three-possession game. Cuts it down to a one-possession game. Now you're giving the Falcons the ball back. They were able to stop them. It's like, okay, Matt Stafford, go do your thing. Future Hall of Famer, possible MVP. And they just couldn't get it done. It was wild. But, yeah.
I mean, they were damn close still, even with 21 seconds and no timeouts or whatever it was. Like, they were damn close.
What's interesting, too, is I don't want to – when you start off 0-21, I'm not going to sit here and say that the refs cost you anything. But there was definitely a penalty – or, I'm sorry, a pass interference on one of those deep balls that
To Tutu Atwell. Yeah. Yep. He totally grabbed the arm, didn't let it come up. Yep. Yeah, it happens. And it's about what's called on the field at the end of the day. It happens on both sides a lot of times,
I love how objective we get you when it's not about the Lions. I know if it was the Lions, you'd be out here screaming. If J-Mo had his arm pulled down like that, you'd start the show off here. The refs need to be investigated.
But even there were games like, the Steelers game. Do I think we got that first touchdown where they called a PI on Tesla? Yes, absolutely I do. But and do I think that should have been a PI? But at the same time, it's the same as you just said. They gave me no reason up until that point for me to think that the game was being stolen or anything like that. If anything, they were giving it away. So some of these play calls, I can be a little bit more, like you just said, if the Rams had started the game up 21-0 and then hit a standstill and then don't get that call, I might be a little more up in arms about it. But, at the end of the day, you still want the right call on the field. So it does suck, but
yeah,
it just doesn't happen.
What's kind of crazy too is, two things. First of all, what was that last? What drives me crazy, we're talking about accuracy. There was still a second left in the game. I don't know if you noticed that at all.
No.
They called that game over with. There was still 1 second because I was like, they, for some reason, did not just go Hail Mary and Stafford tried to throw it to the outside. It was an incomplete pass. There was still a second left on the clock. I noticed at first. Then it was like nothing happened. And then all of a sudden the announcers were talking about it too. They're like, hey, there's still a second left on the clock, but I guess they're just not going to worry about it. I'm like, bruh, throw it.
Yeah. Well, I think it was fourth. So that's the problem. I think
Are you sure?
Fourth down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So that's why.
Well, no, there's no way. It was not fourth down because Stafford would have never thrown that ball to the outside on fourth down.
I'm pretty sure he did.
It gave them no chance to win.
I think he thought he could sling it in there, get it complete, and there still be 1 second left, like you said, but it was incomplete.
I see what you're saying.
So, yeah.
If it
Let me
was
double
fourth
check
down,
myself.
I have an even bigger issue with that throw. Like if if it was fourth down, you should be throwing to the end zone. If it wasn't fourth down, which I didn't think it was, then in which case, how did we not put that second back on the clock? Not, but to continue, this was a really weird weekend because you saw three, I think, Hall of Famers have the ball in their hands with a chance to win it and not be able to get it done. You had Stafford, you had Rodgers, and you had Josh Allen. All three of them had and Stafford had the most distance to go to get it done. But all three of them, future Hall of Famers, like I said, going against the defense, ball in your hand, that's what you want as the team. Like, I want the ball in his hands with him having the chance to get that done. And all three of them didn't. So do you have anything else on this one, or do you want to pop over to one of those other ones?
Yeah, let's pop over to the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers not being able to get it done. I mean, that's been kind of telling for their offense all year. Most of the year, I should say. There's some games where it feels like that offense is clicking and they look like a top 10 and that they could handle, any defense coming out of the AFC. And then there's other times they seem to just kind of fall on their face a little bit. It gets stagnant. And the Browns, shout out to them for getting the pressure on him and just not letting his scheduled plays constantly happen throughout that whole game. They were kind of keeping him off schedule. And that Schwartz is such a good DC dude. He's got that. Say what you will about the Browns and all their problems, but that defense, it has no issues, and they trade away guys from the edge, and they still get new guys in there that'll put up numbers next to Miles, and they draft well on defense, and so yeah, to now that they hopefully have their quarterback, maybe you'll see something, and maybe after a coaching change, you'll see a new a Browns team after this season. But yeah, that was disappointing. In a sense that Rodgers couldn't get it done. You always expect him to be able to get that done, and I know in recent years it's become a little harder, especially if you take away his Jets stint, then yeah, you always expect him to get you there in the final seconds. But yeah, I still think they're still locked in for a playoff spot, right? I think they're locked in.
No, not yet. So
they aren't.
What this implications of them losing that game was the fact that, and the Ravens beating the Packers, which we're going to talk about. But that means that this upcoming Sunday night football game is going to be Rodgers versus potentially Lamar or Snoop Huntley for the division. The Ravens, after trying to give it away this entire season, have somehow still made it down to the last game of the season to be able to play for the division. So it's going to be a good one.
That is insane.
But yeah, it's two things about the game. First, I feel like I guess three. Shedeur Sanders not gets to say he beat Aaron Rodgers. That's crazy.
I know. Shiloh called him after that game.
Yeah, just took.
There's got to be some funny FaceTime video out there.
I know Deion was probably talking greasy.
Oh yeah.
But the Steelers really played like they were playing to not give up that sack record. Miles was one sack away, and Aaron Rodgers. What's very ironic about it too is, and we talked about this on the show before, the current holder, or currently tied for the holder, is Strahan. And so, it's kind of known, even the guy who had the title before basically said that Brett Favre kind of, slipped and gave Strahan the sack. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers was like, history is not repeating itself. He was a Green Bay quarterback. I was a Green Bay quarterback. People are like, Favre left the Packers and went to the Jets, and then Rodgers left and went to the Jets. He's like, what I'm not going to do is the same thing that he did there and have them playing that sack for the rest of time for the new sack leader. So shout out to Rodgers for not giving that up, but at the expense of, it seemed like, their game plan. The game plan was really not let Miles get the sack, not really put up points. And I don't want to dive too much into this. We're going to talk about this on the Thursday. This is a good time to point this out too. We're not doing the live show on Wednesday because it's going to be New Year's Eve. We're going to do the live show on New Year's Day itself on Thursday. But we're going to talk about the DK situation. Cal and I talked about it when it initially happened, and when basically burn the tape from that one. We're gonna have a different discussion about it. So I don't want to get too much into the DK situation tonight, but basically that is a team that could have used his help. You're playing against a division rival, trying to win the division, sew it up, and now you don't have your best receiver for that. It's a tough situation. So, but what kills me is the fact that even despite all of that, game still comes down to the last drive. And I thought we were about to see a vintage Rodgers one. He's getting it done. And what's crazy, I've been meaning to say this for a few weeks now. Rodgers now is reminding me a lot of like Tom Brady. Tom Brady, lots of times, especially toward the end, it wasn't always just bombs down the field. It was just dinking and dunking. Where do I got to go with the ball? I'm not getting sacks. I'm just boop, 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 just dotting you up. And it would just be a death by 1,000 cuts to move down the field slowly, methodically. And Rodgers, but with Jalen Warren, and with the tight ends, and with what's the other dude's name?
Gainwell.
Yes, thank you, Kenneth Gainwell. He's really been doing that a lot this season, and it's just been methodical, not turning the ball over, just exactly where I gotta go. And he did that all the way down the field, and then they got into the end zone, and 4 straight plays they couldn't get it done. That was painful to watch. I don't know if that was some of Rodgers' best work. Even like the 4th down play, I feel like it was just getting rid of it, and it didn't pan out. So
no,
that's, like I said, we have Stafford, and now we have Rodgers, both of them with the ball in their hand. To you holding up the Shador. Hey, Shador's been out here throwing some dots too. He's had some good ones.
Man. I know. He's fun to watch.
Yeah. Did you have any thoughts on this game?
Nothing too much more. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for the kid to get the win. I definitely am rooting for his career. Feels a little safe because they're an AFC team that doesn't get a whole lot of love. So, but I don't know. So I guess going back, me being a team guy has kind of come from liking other teams, and then other teams, like I really like the Niners in like the mid 2010s and late 2010s, and like I didn't really pay attention to the history of the fact that the Niners had knocked us out of the playoffs in the 90s and like started our like no wins for 30 years in the playoffs. But then, I get now everywhere I go, I get a bunch of shit talk from anybody who knew that I was a Niners fan, so I'm trying to be loyal. And of course the one team that I would like was like, oh yeah, like I can ride with them. Like the Lions suck. And so like the Niners are fun to root for. Then they end up like killing us and killing our chances once we finally got a sniff. Hey, so man, yeah, I mean, you're
your own person, living your purpose, living your truth. I'm a Packers fan and a Lions fan. You think I haven't heard about that for forever? Same division, not even same conference, same division.
Yeah, I want to be one of the people that shit talks to you about that.
I mean, look, I'm too grown to care about what other people think about my sports allegiances.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Like, you know what I mean? People, I know that you and I just joke around, but like people that like really feel strongly about that, like I don't care. What does your opinion have to do with my happiness level on a Sunday afternoon?
No, absolutely. But there's also a thing of giving people ammo, and I'm not trying to do that all the time. And that, like, obviously, my love has faded when they knocked us out. It definitely. Like, I didn't want to see the Niners go and win that Super Bowl the next week, really. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so that's where that comes from. So I'll be a Browns fan if they're not facing the Lions from now on. I'll say that.
Okay, I can respect that.
You heard it here first. As long as and I'll say it, as long as Shador Sanders is their starting quarterback. If he's not, that probably goes right out the window again.
This man said, "Let me adopt the other team that's gone 0-16."
Yes. Give me more pain.
I was gonna say, you enjoy the pain. See, my other team was a team that was winning because my team wasn't winning.
Right. No, I'm choosing another underdog. Fuck it.
Hey, let's go. We'll see which one wins the Super Bowl first.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'm a huge Shador fan. We've talked about this, and since the draft, I'm a big fan of his. I'm wishing him well, but the Steelers, man, they scare me. It's like I see him up and I see down, and I don't know. I don't know if a team. I've said this before when I talked about it. Like, I really would like the Steelers to somehow find a way to get the Super Bowl done this season, And so many teams are flawed. And even we just saw tonight that what everyone thought was the best team just took it out of the playoffs Falcons. So it's possible, but the Steelers give me concern.
Yeah, you're gonna have to see a lot of growth in these next couple weeks for that to happen for sure, and mostly on offense. That offense really's got to start gelling.
Yeah.
But like you said, I mean, he's had some flashes. So if he can just string together 7 good games, it's not impossible. There's, the chance isn't zero.
Oh yeah, with him, as long as there's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
On to the last of the 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks that did not get it done with the ball in their hand. The Bills versus the Eagles. This was another wild game where the Bills were down almost the entire game, made a crazy comeback, and the Eagles. Toph and I told everyone about this like 4 or 5 weeks into the season, and I've not gotten off this the whole season. They don't look right to me. They're not coached in the way that I would want them to be coached. Their play calling is not how I would want it to be. They got that lead up on the Bills and started playing conservatively, and it almost cost them the game. And then Nick Sirianni's got the audacity to be one to walk into the locker room back talking about all that talk. They ain't talking now, huh? Did you see the way that A.J. Brown looked at him? He was like,
I did not see that. That's hilarious.
Like, bruh, you tried to blow it. It was dumb. The Eagles deserved to lose that game for me. Their last possession of the game, I think it was second and like 20, and they ran the ball and got nothing. I'm like, bro, get it into third and manageable. Either you're going to throw short or halfway there, get it into more manageable, or you're going to wind up in the same situation that you are running the ball for no gain, where you're going to have to throw it anyways. But, bro, I have a stat for this, actually. They did nothing in that entire second half. They did nothing at all with their offense. Let me pull this little stat up for y'all real quick. Damn, I thought I had the stat. Where is it? Oh, yeah, here we go. This is at Benjamin Solak on Twitter. Per ESPN research, the 2025 Eagles are the first team since the 1987 Patriots to win multiple games in a season in which they didn't complete a second half pass. Hurts is the first quarterback in the play-by-play era since 1978 to go 0-7 or worse in multiple games in a season. Bro did not complete a pass in the whole second half. I'm sitting there, bro, at work. My parlays look beautiful after the first half. I'm like, oh, I need 4 more receiving yards from Dallas Goedert. We're good. I need, 10 more Devonta Smith yards. No more passes the whole rest of the game.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Bro.
That's terrible.
They deserve to lose that game. And honestly, the only reason they didn't lose the game was because the Bills did something even dumber to me. And that was, I feel like, I don't know. It eats me up. Maybe I'm wrong for this, and I understand that there's a separate perspective of why they did this. But everyone's like, "Oh, they're gonna go for 2," and I'm like, "Don't go for 2," because it all comes down to you getting this now. Like you were still chasing something. It mattered if you won the game. They're trying to still win the division, and so it's like for me, you've stormed all the way back. Their offense has done nothing the entire second half. I like my chances of us stopping their offense that's done nothing in 2 quarters rather than
scoring ourselves.
Than me having to convert this one play. I want to give you the ball. I want to get the ball back. We've got all the momentum. And the whole thing, and Josh was on I think they said he did like a bum ankle or something like that. Couldn't run as much. He was playing like an absolute hero in that fourth quarter. Played so well and drove him all the way down there. They scored. All for Josh to sail that just a little bit. Just a little bit to the outside of his receiver in the back of the end zone. And I was like, damn. I was like, first Rodgers, now Josh. This is terrible.
Yeah, it's another guy
never expect to have that happen.
Done. Right. You expect him to get it done in that game-winning drive. And, I mean, he basically did. He basically did his job in a sense. He was just – they asked him to go for 2. I'm sure he wanted to go for 2 and win the game, get it done. But, yeah, it's a tough one to answer because obviously we'll never know too. But – and I think they're like, the win probability goes down the second you let it go to overtime or something like that, right? But it's like, sure, but yeah, you also got to take into account the things that the stats aren't putting there, which is the fact that like the Eagles' offense hasn't been moving, and you guys have finally found something here in the fourth quarter, carry that momentum into OT. Yeah,
I know it's like, what do we think we have a higher chance of like both stopping them and scoring, or just getting this one play here,
getting this 2 point.
But I guess the way that I look at the risk reward on stuff like that, and maybe this is why I'm not a coach, but I just look at it differently. It's like you've held them to nothing the entire second half. You've been putting up points. Now you've got the momentum. Go out here, go to overtime, and see if you can stop them one more time. See if you can put the points up one more time, instead of leaving the entire game up to, can we complete this one pass? That is something that I only ever want to have happen going forward on fourth down if I have to. Like, I don't like leaving the game up in a situation like that. And maybe that's why I'm not a coach. But what would you have done in that situation?
That's tough. I mean, same thing. That's probably why I'm not a coach too. But I don't know. I like hearing you say that. I would like to think I'd have the wherewithal, knowing that if I'm the head coach of the other team, that they haven't completed a pass and their offense isn't moving. I didn't realize that while watching the game. So honestly, maybe, I don't know, maybe in the moment though, I might still just say, hey, let's go get this done. Our offense is finally clicking. Like, let's use one of our top 3 plays in our, top 15, and let's trust Josh here because he always gets it done. And then it just so happened to not happen this time.
All we got to do is get 2 yards to win the game.
Right. 2 yards versus 2 more drives after everybody's exhausted. So yeah, it's tough. I think that's why we're seeing it so much more too, is these coaches are thinking of it that way of like, all right, my guys are tired over here. Like, everybody's starting to play sloppy. They're tired after this long drive. Why not try to capitalize right now at the end of this game? Give them no time to rest up before OT, and get some fresh legs in there or whatever.
I mean, I guess we saw the Seahawks win against the Rams the exact same way
by doing it. Yep. So it can go. It's just it is so scary because it's like, all right, now it is all on this play now. Like, you never want to make the game come down to one play, but when you make that decision, you literally are at that. You're setting people up to at least talk about it that way.
Yeah. I mean, and it's, to be fair to the coach too, it's not like the play didn't work. It's just something that you are almost never going to see. That Josh Allen missed a throw.
I know, it was like just out of reach, man. I don't know how he makes the. And I know it happens, but how you make the, leading the guy across the field from 45 air yards out, and then you miss the guy when it was a 7 air yard pass.
Just trying to lead him a little bit. I feel like
a little too much.
I feel like there's more room for, like, when you're throwing it deep, like, you kind of gotta sail it and send it over there. It almost seems like maybe there's more touch that has to go on it when you're throwing a smaller one.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
You've got more time to adjust. The receiver and the throw can kind of adjust in the air, traveling 40 yards as opposed to traveling 2.
Yeah, I was going to say it's easier for a good X to track that down than reach, 2 feet past something on a 7-yard out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
Plus, if his ankles really bother him like that, like, if you're playing basketball and you don't have your legs, your jump shot fails. If you're trying to throw and you're not being able to firmly plant off that foot, which maybe that has to do, too, with why the fact that they went for it, too. It was like, let's not put Josh out there for a whole other series.
True.
I don't know. It killed me. When they called it, I was like, I don't think they're going to get it. And now they're going to blow this huge comeback. And they did.
And then that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford, better luck next time, y'all.
Yeah. They'll have more chances, hopefully.
The Mr. Couldn't Get It Done boys. And none of them will have the number 1 seed, so that's crazy. I can't. Yeah. I gotta stop and say something before we continue. Well, I guess this can kind of lead into the next topic. Speaking of the number 1 seed, I have been for a very long time one of the biggest Niners haters you will ever hear from, will ever see. And I just gotta come out here and tip my hat to y'all. The fact that the Niners next week are playing the Seahawks for a chance to win the number 1 seed, when you had Brock Purdy hurt half the season playing Mac Jones, you have no Nick Bosa, you have no Fred Warner, you have so many countless injuries, and y'all still have patched up to get to here. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, nothing but respect for y'all to run in one of the most consistently excellent franchises in the entire league. And then Brock Purdy. I have been one of the biggest Brock Purdy, not haters, but non-believers. The last 2 games, he's looked incredible. He's looked absolutely incredible. What he did in the last game, but then against the Bears, we're going to get into the Bears game in a second here, but bro, I mean, the man's out here scrambling, running around, running for touchdowns, whipping it down the field, making the right plays. I was sitting here like, wow, this guy really might be top 10. Like,
you got to be watching tape more, bro. He's been doing that.
I don't think it was that. Look,
got to go back and watch some old games and then tell me what you're about to say.
I didn't think that it looked like this against a team that was supposed to be like good like this. Bears
Maybe
it's supposed to have a decent defense.
You're just that much more aware because you're a hater now.
All I'm saying is I had to give it up this game. I don't think he's looked as good in the past as he's looked these last 2 games. His level of play has been way higher.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I think he's looked good. I've seen him scramble and do this stuff. I mean, yeah, I think he's been looking really good for the Niners for a long time. And that's why I've been saying that I don't think that anybody could just come in here and win them a Super Bowl. Now, you made a good point with like Mac Jones coming in and doing what he did, right? And, he's never had success really anywhere in the NFL up until that point. So, yeah, I hear what you're saying, and the coaches are a big part in that, but they're going to be a big part in any successful team like that. And the Niners are one of the most, as you just said, one of the most successful and consistent teams, top to bottom. Yeah, I mean, I think he looked great. I think, yeah, I mean, we don't need to go down this road again as to like if he's top 10 or not. I think he's a really good quarterback though, and I think the Niners are more than happy to have him as their, what is it, almost $60 million a year guy.
You know what he looked like to me though? I guess what's surprising.
What's that?
And I've been, like I said, I'm not a Brock Purdy hater. I'm more of a Brock Purdy non-believer in greatness. He looked last night, I think it was last night, in a game where it was like, okay, no one's playing defense. This is going to be a high-scoring affair. We need to get these points up no matter how they come. That man looked like a force multiplier. Bro, I'm telling you, when they had to do something, he was avoiding sacks, he was scrambling, running for touchdowns, throwing touchdowns. Like, I just feel like his play elevated to meet the moment. And it was a crazy situation because you had the battle of the number 1 pick and the last pick in the draft. And they were out here, both of them playing amazing. But Brock Purdy, I feel like, elevated his game. I've seen him not look this well before. He elevated that and completely met the moment. He was like, well, no matter what the test is, I got it. And I got a Dougie to hit on you once I do it. So as much as it pains me to say, as a huge Niners hater, I mean, shout out to y'all. Y'all have definitely earned this. And it's so impressive to see how far it's gone with how many injuries they've had to overcome this season.
Yeah, it is insane. It's that the fact that they didn't waver this year. I mean, part of that, I think they had a similar situation last year with injuries, and they did like fall short in a lot of games. And I think that was probably, I mean, just shows how good Shanahan is. He wasn't about to let that happen again this year. He was not. I don't remember what their starting record was, but I mean, they are on fire lately. It has to be, I don't know how many wins in a row now, but let's see. Bears, Colts, Titans, Browns, Panthers, Cardinals, and then, okay, so 6 straight they lost to the Rams on November 9th. They have been on a tear.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, they hit a little easy spot there with the Titans and the bruised up Colts, but I mean, no week is free in the NFL.
Well, that's why
the Browns just went out and beat a playoff team in the Steelers, and so yeah, they've been looking really good. I mean, so have the Bears, and I think we might see this matchup again at some point in the playoffs if both of these teams can. I think they probably have to meet in the NFC Championship. I guess it depends. If the Niners lose this game, then they might meet up sooner. But yeah, that it is crazy to see that they have a chance to be number 1 in the NFC after all that.
You know how much it hurt me for 2 things? One, like I said, don't like the Niners. Want any team to beat the Niners. 2, I'm in Chicago. My teams are out. Well, one of them will be out, I'm sure, very soon. I'm like, you know what, Bears, why don't you make that run? I'm happy for y'all. Go make that run. And I'm like, all right, let's see if the Bears can really, if they belong in this conversation with the big dogs. And they go out there and toe up. The Niners always find a way to get me, dog. No matter who I'm rooting for, the Niners always wet blanket me. And two, Caleb Williams, bruh, you just broke my heart last week or 2 weeks ago, however long it was ago, with that overtime win against the Packers. You've been doing these clutch walk-off wins all season. But of course, the one team you can't get it done against is the fucking 49ers, man. I was so butthurt, dog. That was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was insane. The defense just finally like nutted up. They hadn't been playing good all game. They finally nutted up.
Let me ask you this question. Mr. Brock Purdy out here balling, check the tape. Who would you rather have as your quarterback? Him or Jared Goff?
Brock Purdy or Jared Goff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's a sour topic right now because I'm very mad at Jared. But if you would have asked me this before the season started, I would have said Jared Goff, no doubt. I'm gonna still rock with Jared just out of loyalty. But look, I think that they will improve by next year. But like, yes, okay. Like, if I'm being completely honest, like, it pains me when I see Brock Purdy doing just a little bit of movement in the pocket and a little bit of this shaking and baking, and that's like all it takes to get to that next throw or to get to that, next read. And Jared has gotten worse at that throughout his career. He used to be more mobile than he is now, and he was never a mobile guy, but he could move a little bit back there. And I don't know what changed. I don't know if he can fix it at this point. But damn it, I want him to, because I want to be chanting Jared Goff from the freaking streets of Detroit after a win in February. But
I saw somebody say it looks like he runs around with cement in his shoes.
Yeah. Looks like he's wearing ankle weights. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, before we keep going with this Bears game, I just wanted, before I forget, shout out to the Bengals for doing something I thought was really cool. They're out of the playoffs. They're playing for nothing. But they were beating the hell out of the Cardinals and said, yeah, you know what? It's our offensive lineman, Cody Ford, I think his name is.
I think so, yeah.
It's his birthday today. You know what we're going to do? We're going to let him catch a pass. We're going to let a lineman line up at wide receiver and catch a pass in an NFL game. Because fuck it, why not? That, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. Like, to me, I'm like, you know what? We're playing for nothing. Why not go have some fun? We're already beating the hell out of them. Why not? Let's just start doing shit. Like, yeah, you know what? You got a defensive back, want to go catch a pass, go do it. You want to let somebody, know, as long as it's not going to somehow get somebody hurt or cost you the game, let's go out here and have some fun. So to throw it to him, I thought that was really cool. I think he said it was one of like the highlights of his career, and it was on his birthday. And the man caught it. Like, he caught it.
Yeah, and ran. He caught it.
He shrugged that boy off and got a few more yards. Like, hey, shout out to y'all over there with the Bengals. Like, it's stuff like that I feel like makes it to where guys want to still show up, because you know that the season's over. So how do we get you to come in here to try to win the next game? Whatever incentives you have left, and hey, let's have some fun with it. Go out here and do our job so we can have some fun.
Right. Well, wow, I just totally lost my train of thought. Right as frick.
Hey, but yeah, I think it's cool. I think that would be cool for me. Like, hey, my season's over, but why don't we get the fourth string guy in here? Let's go throw him a pass. Why don't we let the punter run the ball once? Like, let's just have some fun so we can show up here and get after it. But
yeah, no, even the coach, I think it was coach, was asked in a press conference later, like, oh, is this going to be something you start to work up in the scheme regularly going forward? And they couldn't even finish the question fast enough. He was like, nope, the one time, like, that is not what he started laughing. And obviously he knew it was a joke, but no, yeah, in that scenario, when you guys are just having fun out there, the game's basically over, go have some fun. Yeah. I think you'll see a lot of that this week too from some of these teams that are out of it. They'll just kind of try some gangster moves, try some crazy plays that they would almost never try otherwise, you know?
Yeah, like why
Just
not?
see.
Why don't we just let Myles Garrett run as a running back in the next game?
Dude,
Like,
yeah. Let him get 5 carries this week. Let's see what happens.
just have some fun with it. You know what I mean? Because
That
why
would be
not?
funny. Yeah.
Um,
Declare him inactive at the end on like Thursday and then declare him active at running
put
back
him
on
at
Saturday
fullback or
morning.
something.
Just yeah.
Back to the Niners and the Bears, though. Like I said, I thought it was big for me to be able to see the. We talked about before. I said I don't really have faith in the Niners the Bears making a real Super Bowl run. I don't know if I can say that anymore. They came out here. That game was incredibly close. That game was one hook and ladder, like 2 feet away from a touchdown. That was a foot, 2 feet off the ground from being a catch. And Caleb, he's going to get better at it. It's the second time that this happened. First was against game 1 against the Packers, where it's like, all right, we're rolling. We've got the guy open. I'm not able to get the ball to him. Didn't see him. Wasn't able to make that pass. He'll get better at that. But you came out here and just Brock Purdy and Caleb Williams on a random Sunday night just turned into Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Let's go out here and just get after it. And yeah, Ben and Caleb in the bag together looks beautiful. I think that they probably have a better shot at making a deep run than we had initially thought. And so even though they lost the game, I think that's one of those games where you walk away like, hey, I mean, I'm not mad at it. Like, hey, we're right there. And we had guys out. Roma Dunze was out. I know they had some guys that had like the flu that we were either playing through it or missed it. Some defensive players are out. If they can get healthy, I would definitely do that. And I gotta see if I don't know the seeding implications. It may make sense for them to rest their guys this week, or play them a first half and then pull them. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't want Ben. I don't want Ben to let his ego get in the way of them making a good run. Like, I know that you probably want to go back and beat Dan Campbell, and especially because they beat you earlier in the season. Go back and say, I don't need you guys. I can do this on my own. But let's not let the ego get in the way of keeping you guys healthy.
He's going to, though.
I don't know. I know that Dan would, because Dan's a fucking idiot.
All right, buddy.
He did that shit. He did that shit our first year too, when Laporta got hurt.
Yeah.
He got Laporta. He got Laporta hurt that Super Bowl run.
Yep, I do agree.
And I want Ben to learn.
I think they're going to fight for the second seed, and I don't think that that's locked up yet. I know they have the division locked, but I don't think they have second seed locked because of like the Rams are 11-5 right now. So if the Rams win, they lose. Well, actually, no. Rams can't take 2 seed. Never mind. I'm trying to think who else it was. There was one in between. I was going to go look it
Eagles?
up. But the Eagles, no, they have too many losses, I think.
Well, it's only 4, right? It's the division winners. So it's that. Yeah. Right. So it's going to be whoever wins out of the Rams and Seahawks, or the Niners and Seahawks.
Yep.
The NFC North, which is the Bears.
Yep.
It's not going to be the Panthers.
Yeah, it's not going to be the Panthers. So, yeah, then the Eagles would be the closest at the 3 seed, and I think they're sitting at either 6 or 7. And the Bears beat the Eagles, so they have that tiebreaker. So, yeah, you have a good point there.
And here's what I can say, too, about Ben being smart and learning from his time with the Lions. I loved the fact that in the game that they were doing, the second to last possession that the Bears had, they got all the way down there, and Ben said, let's take our points and kick the field goal. Now, some people might have thought, hey, it's a shootout back and forth. A field goal's not going to win this game. But if they had been able to convert that last drive, because they may have not gotten any points. They don't kick that field goal. They go 4 on 4th. They may have walked away with nothing. If the Bears were able to convert that last possession, they would have walked off winning because they had the matching touchdown plus the field goal. Instead of, we did all this just to get to overtime. I love the fact that Ben Johnson did not do some stupid Dan Campbell shit right there. And this is literally all I've been saying to our guys the whole season. Why don't you just take your fucking points and go get them next time? I understand that every game's not going to be like that, but you got to have the right feel for it. And it feels to me like Ben is really like, hey, let me not make the mistakes that I've seen before right in front of me. Let's take our points and go out here and try to get it done. So,
well, it makes you think too how many of those field goals last year that Dan actually did settle for in some games. Like not every game, because there was like the Packers game where we went for it like 5 times, and like there were games we went for it a lot, but there were a couple games we only went for it like once on 4th down, and we kicked a couple field goals with Bates, and you could just see the trust level. I thought it was just the trust level in the kicker, but now I'm thinking like, okay, how much of it was Ben Johnson like, hey, no, take the 3.
like, without Ben Johnson, we go for it fucking 5 or 6 times against the Eagles and convert none of them.
Yep, and we lose by a touchdown.
So yeah, I'm excited for the Bears. I'm excited to see what they're able to keep doing.
It always just goes back to us being sad again. Every topic it goes back to the Lions and us being sad.
Speaking of being sad,
world's tiniest violin, brother. I know what you're gonna say.
Look, before we get into this, I would like to sit here and say this to y'all because I saw this and it summed up my feelings perfectly. This is a tweet from @Jacobson on Twitter. I watched Raheem Mostert violate this defense for 226 yards and 4 touchdowns on the doorstep of a Super Bowl. Derrick Henry, an actual all-time great, doing this to the Packers can't hurt me. That's where I'm at, dog. That's where I'm at.
That's funny.
That's exactly where I'm at, dog. That loss when we were the 1 seed and just ran into the buzzsaw that was the Niners, I've never forgiven anyone involved in that for that situation. That hurt me to my core. I just knew the Packers were going to the Super Bowl that year. And then Raheem Mostert just destroys them. So, with that being said, us having the beautiful battle of the backups, it was an entertaining game to watch. I can't really say I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed parts of it. Malik Willis also. I said this before. I'm gonna say it again. The Packers are quarterback factory, dog. That is the quarterback factory. Malik Willis has looked incredible this season, and you've seen Malik Willis play in other games before where he's not looked that good. These last 2 games, my man's out here stepping in ready to ball. He's looking like everything, bro. Running, throwing, the zone reads, getting hit, spin off of him, run for some more. Like, bro, that's my quarterback too.
Yeah, he is one of the top backups in the league, hands down.
I don't know if you can really sit here and tell me there's 31 better quarterbacks than him.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, someone might want to give him a job next year. I mean,
the Vikings,
the Jets,
the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Raiders will probably get a Mendoza.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Yep. But if you,
Malik Willis should. I mean, I think he should be given his second shot. I really do.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he came from the Titans.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
He was the starter there for like all of 1 year, if that.
Yep. So let me give you all the breakdown of this because it was a nice little battle back and forth, and then Derrick Henry said, "You know what? It's time for me to wrap this shit up." Derrick Henry with the Ravens season on the line, career high 36 yards, career high 36 carries, 216 yards, tied for career high 4 rushing touchdowns. That is insane. Also, tweeted by Ravens_comms, many legends have walked Green Bay's hallowed visiting tunnel. This one produced the most rushing yards, 216, ever by an opposing player at Lambeau Field.
I think I read that one somewhere, yeah.
With no I can't say no quarterback, but with not a starting quarterback, and everyone going, hey, we need to focus on stopping the run. He put up the most rushing yards ever put up in Packers franchise history at Lambeau Field by an opponent. That is insane. He looked like a warm knife through butter on that defense.
He did.
It was, bro, just killing him.
Every time he got to the second level, it was like, all right, bye. See ya.
You got killed by a runner, and you know that the passing, it was, stop him. And they couldn't do it. Just out here just beating the hell out of him. And it's crazy because it shows two things. The first one is that John Harbaugh absolutely fucked up against the Patriots by not playing him the last, 2 or 3 drives. And everyone talked about it. So now it's like, okay, well, let's go out here and not screw that up again. I understand now why the Ravens want him gone, because that's egregious. That makes the last game look like coaching malpractice. That's number one.
It does.
Number two, the Packers are not doing anything this playoffs. I know that they're in. I kind of wish that they weren't. Like I've got like how Toph talks about like being a Falcons fan, where it's like I don't really even need to see this. I don't think that the Packers are doing much, bro. You can't stop Derrick Henry when you know that he's the only thing that they have. What are we gonna do against a Kyron Williams or a Kenneth Walker or Swift Monangai or
Zach Charbonnet, like even the other two guys on those first two teams you mentioned, Zach Charbonnet, Blake Corum, all of those guys have the ability to burn you up, and then on top of it, a lot of them are two-headed monsters.
Yeah.
So they, if you're stopping one, they can switch the pace up on you with somebody else.
Rico Dowdle, Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
They're very injured. They've got a lot of injuries over there. Offense, defense, and it's just not looking good. It's the wheels are slowly coming off, and they did enough early in the season to make sure that they had a spot in there. But I have a very strong feeling it's going to be one and done. When they have their first playoff game, will I be sitting there? Yes. Will I be sitting there watching it, hoping that they can get it done? Yes. Do I think that they're going to? Absolutely not. The season's over. And it was over by me sitting there watching Derrick Henry just destroy y'all. Every bit of confidence and hope that I had left, gone. So I'm still with you, but objectively, good luck.
Everybody talks about Micah Parsons just being, huge in the pass game and this and that. I mean, their run defense has gotten significantly worse in these last 2 games without him. So it definitely goes to show. And I was one of the people talking a bunch of smack after the trade, being like, yeah, but now their rush defense might take a hit. And maybe it did a little bit throughout the season. I haven't, compared them season to season yet, but they were efficient as hell and I mean, they were getting wins and all that when he was healthy. And now that and I know they're injured with more than just him. Quay Walker's gone. He's pretty good against the run. And like they're just very beat up, and that's happening to a lot of teams right now. But yeah, I agree that this is, it's definitely over for them. I mean, they'll get that 7th spot, and who would they end up against? It would either be Bears or Eagles.
It's not that their offense, if we get Jordan Love healthy, even if we have Malik Willis, maybe it's not that the offense can't put up the points. It's that their defense can't stop anything. Nothing at all.
True.
Have you seen that video of like the security guard where the people are walking in and he's just touching the outside people, he's not really patting them down, just letting them go through? Oh, yeah. That's the Packers defense right now. The Packers defense looks like Derrick Henry trying to run through paper mache. Like it's bad.
Like Andy Reid in his Pee Wee League.
Right.
Have you ever seen that clip?
Crazy. On to my last point of pain for myself. This seems to happen to me almost every year. Recently, I've been really good at staying away from it. I don't think I fell for it at all last season. But this season, in my third place matchup for the Fantasy Dynasty League, Brock Bowers got hurt, and I needed a tight end. And I looked at the waiver wires, and there was one player that I just said, I'm going to be stupid if I don't play him, and he pops off. This man, because of injuries, has been the leading rusher on his team for the last 2 weeks. They don't have a crazy matchup. I think that he can get some points. He's liable to run it. He's liable to catch it. He's liable to throw it. And Taysom Hill gave me 0 points in my matchup this week.
He did nothing.
Straight up goose egg. Boy was out there running cardio.
Yo, that's terrible. Did he get a snap share? Was he like in the game but just never got targeted? Or did
I think he had 3 rushes for 0 yards.
Oh my gosh. That's so bad.
Yep.
Oh, that's pain, brother. And he just had a game, was it the week prior?
Yeah, like 18 points or something.
Yeah. That's the danger, baby.
I said at least the floor will be maybe like 4 to 6. You know what I mean? These other guys on the waivers, I don't know if I'm going to trust them. I don't know if Michael Mayer is going to do anything for real. I don't know if, you know what I mean? Like, maybe with Taysom, I'll be able to come because I already had to play Derrick Henry on Saturday. So I already knew that I was behind the 8 ball. I was like, Taysom might be able to help me kind of lift this up a little bit. And instead, my man's gave me a straight up 0. So congratulations. I fell for it again. I will be back to the whole situation. Taysom Hill could play and get 30 points a game for the entire season. I'm not going to play him ever again. I'm sitting here and telling y'all right now, late entry, I will not fall for this ever again. If I fall for Taysom Hill again, Kyle, you're allowed to smack the shit out of me on the podcast.
Oh, hell yeah. Gotta get to come to Chicago and just
smack the shit out of me. I can't fall for it ever again. But
that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, the worst part of this, you want to know what Michael Mayer did? Did you see it?
Oh, yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah, 9 catches for 89 yards. That is so.
Yeah. I felt like Boo Boo the Fool.
Oh man, he wasn't even a pass catcher in college, bro.
The only thing stupider than me playing Taysom Hill would have been thinking that there was no way on earth that on Christmas the Lions would lose to a third-string quarterback. I've had some bad calculations this week.
It was really bad. There's a whole lot of pain.
Oh
my gosh.
You have anything else?
Fantasy to real life, it's all painful.
Dead ass to the amount of money that I lost today on the Rams because I didn't think there was any way they were going to lose to the Falcons while hunting for a playoff season.
Oh man.
It's been a rough one, but an entertaining one. I feel like I accepted very early on with the Derrick Henry thing that I was probably not going to win that matchup. And I accepted with the Derrick Henry thing that the Packers are probably going to be cooked in the playoffs. And I accepted that the Lions are missing the playoffs. And I feel like I've reached the point of acceptance where it's like, all right, I'm ready to have fun again. I'm basically the team that missed the playoffs, and now I'm out here throwing to my fucking linemen just to have some fun. That's where I'm at right now. Show me anything. I'm done
being disappointed.
Show me anything.
Yep. 100%. I'm so with you there.
The only 2 things that can still hurt me are Aaron Rodgers and Matt Stafford. Aside from that, fuck it. Let's see anything.
Let's ball. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
You have anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Nothing major. Just want to remind our crew to come and watch us live on Thursday at 10, New Year's Day. And we know y'all ain't going to be doing nothing. We know you're all just going to be hungover. So come see our pretty faces and hang out with us.
10 p.m. Eastern.
10 p.m. Eastern. Is that what I said?
You just said 10.
Okay. Oh, okay. 10 p.m. EST, baby.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell somebody, share our pain with other people, pass it on, the pain that spreads,
Comment about your pain or how much our pain gives you joy, one or the other.
Yep. Fuck the Niners.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's what I hear all the time.
And with that being said, late entry, we out of here. Peace.